Well, I grew up in a farm community down in Florida. The town is called Live Oak, Florida, and grew up on a farm down there. And at some point in time in my childhood, I learned to play basketball. And as I was looking for a place to go, I was academically challenged to get into schools that I thought were a good fit for me. And my high school basketball coach, his name is Charles Sweat, and he had graduated from Aurora College. And he had some affiliation with the Advent Christian Church. And he actually made a phone call here to Aurora University and said, here's a kid, I later learned, he said, here's a kid that needs some help, and I'm asking you to help him. The growth for me took place like this. My father was a sharecropper, and he couldn't read or write. He signed his name with an X. He died when I was 13 years old. And my mother had like a fifth grade education, but like in 1920, you know, and what was that like for African Americans who at that point in time just didn't have the right to education the way others did. None of my brothers and sisters except one had any college education. So for my father, education was not really important. It was working the farms. I believe that I have had a very successful career, may it be in my job or with my family or dealing with people and going through those struggles with those kids not being very nice at times, you know, or me just adjusting to those kind of cultures. I couldn't have done it had I not been at a campus where people really cared and helped me grow through that period of time.
And to make some of my own decisions, whether it was about dealing with college courses or peers who to choose as friends, getting in conflicts with people, how to get out of it. I never called my parents on anything that I had to do. And this was something that I was so sheltered that I guess any child would be. They made all the decisions for you. You didn't get in much trouble back then because the world was different, but at the same time, they handled everything. So I had to start to handle my own life. Even choosing a boyfriend, which they hadn't not gotten to meet. You know, it took a while before they got to meet Charles. And so I think the main thing was just making my own decisions, knowing that I was responsible for my own life. That was the first time I realized that I was not going to be living at home all of my life, that I had to make some decisions, and the decisions that I made were going to follow me for the rest of my life. It feels like the biggest family ever. And for a small school, and I like the size of it, I think it's about 4,000 students. I think that's a great size. And when you start to get into those type of numbers, you sometimes lose that family feeling. It has not lost that family feeling. So with the family feeling, the growth, keeping up with technology, keep the buildings looking beautiful, keep the buildings coming. That's a vision I'd love to see to continue at Aurora University.